Hi, this is Juanica Lachey, and I'm coming to you with a nugget of wisdom. So recently I was having a conversation with a friend, a male friend of mine, and we were talking about relationships and how some women may be over overly anxious about being in a relationship and maybe, trying to figure out what are some things that we as women may be doing that could be pushing them away. And one of the topics that came up was how women change. And so during this conversation, he made a comment of, how women audition for the guy. And I thought that was very interesting because basically he was saying that we as women tend to conform to what we think the guy wants instead of just being ourselves. And so once we actually get into a relationship, our trueness of who we are starts to come out, and it's not who they fell in love with. And so I started pondering this and thinking, it's just like, is this something that I may have done? And to my knowledge, I may have done it just a little bit. Like when I was dating my ex-husband, we were in college, and I've always been into sports because I was an athlete myself. But I was not as heavily into watching sports as I became when I met him. And I started watching football with him, not just because I wanted to be around him, which was that was part of the reason, but also because I began to really enjoy watching football. It was very interesting for me, and I still watch it to this day. But I started conforming to liking his team. I've always been a Panthers fan because of the fact that, when North Carolina finally got a team, I was so excited, yay. And because I was just like, why don't we have a team? We should have a team. So, when we finally got a team, I was watching our team play, but I began to pick up his favorite team, which was Dallas Cowboys. It's just, because he's from Dallas, Texas. But I also noticed that there were some things that I did modify in order to be more likable to him, but I didn't change who I was. I remained true to myself. However, during the marriage, I started to lose myself, and I started becoming someone that I wasn't, in the means of trying to keep peace. So in that respect, I actually changed away from who I was, and away from who I used to be when he first met me, in order to maintain a certain level of sanity for myself. But that is not in the context of what me and my friend were talking about. We were actually talking about how we as women will see a guy and see the things that he likes and go out and try to become that so that he will like us. But in actuality, they just want us to be ourselves. They just want us to be genuine, confident in who we are, and knowing who we are and walking in that. That's what attracts them to us. That is what makes them, want to be in a relationship, is when we are genuine to ourselves, and therefore they're not coming into a relationship wondering if we're going to become someone different once we get in there. So that is my nugget of wisdom for today. I just want to encourage you, don't try to conform to something you think he will like. And also that means not voicing your opinion about things that you may not like that he does. Speak up. If he's doing something that is disrespecting you, or, that is one of your pet peeves, not talking about it will not help the situation. It'll actually compound it, because you're pressing that down, trying to seem like you're cool with everything, and to the point where you're boiling over. And when you blast out about the one thing that has been bothering you that he's been doing all this time, he's going to be looking at you like, what's wrong with you? So, speak up about the things that, may bother you. Be who you are. Don't try to conform, because being yourself and genuine and confident is an attractive quality that we have that men are drawn to. So that's my nugget of wisdom for today. Thank you for tuning in. This is Juanica Lachey.